First came the Angles, the Saxons and Jutes, bringing to Albion their Germanic roots. The Celtic peoples were driven out west, their language usurped by this unwelcome guest, which led to the birth of a language no less. New words, new grammar, new forms of address. Then came the Vikings on longship and horse, rape and pillage and speaking Old Norse. Saxon and Viking contested the land, no victor, a draw, each offered his hand. A treaty was drafted that ended the war. Alfred got Wessex, Norsemen the Danelaw. With English established, enriched and enhanced, came a threat from the south as the Normans advanced. Victorious in battle in 1066, French language, French system, French politics. The English, their language, their nobles all dead. Only the peasants survived the bloodshed, and through them the language lived on simplified, until, as will happen when cultures collide, rebirth, renewal, regeneration. The king speaking English at his coronation, though now we may not understand every word, it's closer today than the English once heard. Middle English it's called by the academician, today recognized as a state of transition, a language of Chaucer and Langland and Gower, the bud from which modern English would flower. With the advent of printing, a standard was set, the East Midland dialect and its alphabet, as preferred by Caxton and fixed on his press, spellings and rules to which we acquiesce. When Elizabeth Tudor was firmly ensconced on the throne, an Enlightenment, a Renaissance, and in Stratford-on-Avon, the birth of Shakespeare, a familiar name to everyone's ear. 'Twas an age of new knowledge, a time to explore, that gave us potatoes, tobacco and more. The Mayflower set sail with its Puritan flock to a place that the Pilgrims would call Plymouth Rock. But the language was changing to the chagrin of Swift. New words, new sounds, and the great vowel shift, said the eminent scholar, Professor John Cheek. We won't name these new concepts in Latin and Greek, declaring the need for linguistic control, saw Samuel Johnson achieve his great goal of recording each word ever spoken or heard. Definitions he gave, some of which were absurd. For freedom from England, in search of new land, the flames of patriotism were fanned. With the old world irrelevant, time out of mind, the Declaration of Independence was signed, which led to the rise of an American voice, no longer the language of England by choice. Give names to new concepts was Jefferson's mission for Lewis and Clark on their famed expedition. From the pen of Webster, new spellings were used preserving the O's but rejecting the U's, in words such as honour and no double L. E-R for R-E, ring the Liberty Bell. Their destiny manifest at God's behest. For gold and for glory the settlers moved west, forging their way on the Oregon Trail, the American dream, the new Holy Grail. With America lost, a new market for slaves, the sons of Britannia, they still rule the wave. All aboard, comrades, let's build an empire. We'll greet friend and foe with bullets and fire. In the face of resistance and native disquiet, quelling unrest, insurrection and riot. And in the subcontinent, new proper nouns, the Empress of India, the jewel in the crown. It couldn't last, could it? It all had to end. Betrayed by allies, disguised as false friends. You offered your language, you said they'd be freed, but they had their own tongue, there was really no need. It belongs now to no one, to both you and me. Everyone's language, wherever they be. The language of signs and air traffic control, music and football and English own goal. Cruel Britannia, what epithet great, adrift from Europe in a pitiful state. Museums are full from your plunder and pillage of temple and palace, and city and village. Your language, the one thing was yours for the keeping. You gave it away while its guardians were sleeping. You gave it away while its guardians were sleeping.